Hey, welcome everybody to You Can't Make This Up. And what an interesting world we live in. So certainly by now you've seen the protests that were in Washington. And what do you have? The American flag being taken down and the Palestinian flag put up at Union Square. What a world we live in. Not to mention everything with Trump and Kamala and VPs on both sides. And hey. So let's take a look. This is the official resignation letter of Joe Biden. Let's look at this. I am dropping out. I endorse Kamala. This is not fake, Joe. So there you go. Hey, you know what? This is You Can't Make This Up Thursday, so you got to start with this, right? So there you go. Let's get a drink of some coffee from my You Can't Make This Up cup. Hey, listen, I just want to say this to you. So back in June, I said, hey, if you partner with us, or if you're a partner with us, you help support us to be able to do the work that we do financially, then we're going to be sending you the gift from Todd Hampson, Prophecy for Young People, and also we have this really cool Rapture brochure. I wish I had it up here to show you guys. Not everyone received those yet, and we know that we had a little bit of a challenge, but everybody should receive theirs by the end of this coming week. So by next Friday, everybody should have theirs. So thank you for your understanding. Sorry about that. Just a little bit of a challenge that we were not expecting, but everything is going out for all of you who didn't receive it yet. It's on the way. Okay. Let's roll with some more because it is You Can't Make This Up Thursday. And don't forget, I do news updates every single day for y'all because it's changing every single day, all day long. But check this out. I just want to show you this picture. Look at this. What scares me the most is not the fact that the media is lying to us. It's the fact that some people still believe them. I just saw a poll. Speaking of, 73% of Democratic voters think Kamala is a good president. I mean, she's the right person. What? Yeah, what? Can that be true? Did you know that she also said there should be a 70 to 80% tax hike on, I think it's on gasoline or cars or something like that? That's because she's from California. People here hate her too. Well, apparently 73% of people love her. I don't know who those people are. We're probably going to see a few of them here in just a few minutes because we have some videos for you. The one at the end is especially funny, though, but we're not going to get to that one yet. All right. So there's a Kamala video. Oh, I don't know if you guys got the right video. Let's see. This Kamala video, you know, the one where she says, well, let's just roll this video.
Because we have the ability to see what can be, unburdened by what has been, and then to make the possible actually happen.
So I had a whole list of wonderful Kamala videos to show you. Boy, you talk about entertainment. We are going to have a lot of entertainment in this world for a while, as long as if she's out there. Boy, I mean, she is so smart too. It's just unbelievable. She's a genius. Hey, check this out. Julia Dreyfus from Seinfeld. Remember she played Elaine on Seinfeld? She had a Kamala skit. I guess it was from a couple of years ago. Just so spot on. Check this out.
My fellow Americans, words have many meanings, and sometimes instead of conveying our meaning, they can suggest other meanings.
When we talk about the children of the community, they are children of the community.
Well, we are the United States of America because we are united. And we are states.
Talking about the significance of the passage of time, right? The significance of the passage of time. So when you think about it, there is great significance to the passage of time.
Whatever we have in store cannot be known. The past was once the future, The future is, I should say, unknown.
We got to take this stuff seriously as you are, because you have been forced to have to take it seriously.
Obesity is a serious disease, and it needs to be taken seriously.
You need to get to go and need to be able to get where you need to go to do the work and get home.
I hope that clarifies the issue, and this can be the last word on those words.
Certain issues are just settled.
Clearly we're not.
No, that's right, and that's why I do believe that we are living, sadly, in real unsettled times.
Anyways, hope you enjoyed that. That was actually from Veep TV show. So I mean, you look at these things, like I said, she's just the gift that's going to keep giving. So I have another video. I have a lot more things to show you. So this next one is, I believe it is Obama. Michelle Obama should be the next video, I think. And let's check this out. Michelle Obama. And what's it say? All this for a bleep flag. Wow. With the nod of, wow. Look at that. You look at that, you think, well, isn't that rather interesting? Wow. Terrible, terrible. So so what's going to happen? Who's going to be Kamala's vice president? Whoever's going to be her vice president is probably the person they want to install as president. Interesting things. Okay, well, the city of Sacramento, check this out. Sacramento city attorney threatens Target with criminal charges if they continue to call police for theft incidents. In other words, somebody from Target up in Sacramento, California, a wonderful place, apparently not, they call the police when something is stolen because there's a thief. The city attorney says, you call the police anymore, we're going to come after you, Target, for calling us. You think criminal charges. So don't press criminal charges against the thief. You press them against the person calling about the thief. This is only the beginning of a lot more stuff that's going to come. Hey, how about watching a Peter Ducey video? He's always worth watching. Check this out.
He's sharpest before 8 p.m. So, say that the Pentagon at some point picks up an incoming nuke. It's 11 p.m. Who do you call? The First Lady? Are you guys just not, since February, testing President Biden for Parkinson's or for dementia? Because if he gets a bad result, it's all over that day.
All right, thanks, everybody.
I guess she didn't want to answer that question, but it kind of tells us, I guess it was stuff like that that they just couldn't avoid anymore. Crazy stuff. It is indeed. But listen, if you are a fan of The Lord of the Rings, you are a very extreme right-wing problem. Watch this.
Like Mr. Teal, who has named his companies after things in the Lord of the Rings series of J.R.R. Tolkien books. Lord of the Rings is a sort of favorite cosmos for naming things and cultural references for a lot of far-right and alt-right figures, both in Europe and the United States.
Hey, listen, let me set the record straight. I am not a fan of Peter Thiel. I'm not a fan of J.D. Vance. I have issues with certain things that are going on both sides of the aisle. But, come on. You're a fan of The Lord of the Rings. You're extreme alt-right. They're going to throw you in jail? I never even watched Lord of the Rings. I wonder what my friends down in New Zealand think about that, because I think it was filmed down there. There's just nut stuff. All right, so we need something to laugh about. Listen. This is just nuts. Watch this person. I'm guessing this is real. It's not an actor. Seems to be a real person. They get the news that Biden dropped out. They're a young person. They get the news that Biden dropped out. But listen, they filmed themselves. I'm assuming it's not an actor. They actually did this. They meant it. Check it out.
dropped out! He dropped out! Ah! Joe Biden, please! Gen Z, we need to band together. Please. He was for Gen Z's first president. Ah!
Look, part of me feels sorry for someone like that. I'm looking going, young person, obviously there's some serious mental instability going on there. You look, but you wonder why we have these massive protests that are going on, pro-Palestinian protests that are going on, and all of the other violence and all of the other things that we see that are taking place, the gender stuff. People are messed up, and that's messed up. That's just messed up. Well, let me show you something else. Payless apparently made a joke. Payless shoe store where you get the really inexpensive shoes. Check this out. It's really kind of funny because they presented their cheap shoes as being this new fashion trend kind of thing. So people go, oh, and they watch this. This is funny. You're going to like this.
This is Kana Whitworth.
Behold, Palessi.
We built a fake luxury store in Los Angeles and filled it with Payless shoes. The guests at our grand opening party had no idea.
Guests invited to check out what looked like a luxury shoe shop.
They're elegant, sophisticated.
I just think it's so classy.
And I could tell it was made with high quality material.
A $35 shoe going for $645, an 1,800% markup. Store owners sat on their heels as fashion influencers emptied their wallets.
I would pay $400, $500. Yeah, people are gonna be like, where'd you get those? Those are amazing.
Then they're let in on the prank.
These are actually from Payless.
You've got to be kidding me.
Shut up. Are you serious?
That is a great prank. It just goes to show you how easily people are deceived and want to be deceived. And you look at that and thinking all the money people pay for. I mean, you ever see the ridiculous clothes in a fashion, people walk down, they got all these weird clothes through one of those catwalk things or whatever they're called. I'm sure that's an offensive term I just used, but nevertheless, and you see the clothes, you think, would anybody actually wear that in the world? And they do. We were out to dinner recently, and this lady was wearing what I thought it was a sack, but apparently it was a very expensive dress. Whatever. I just thought it was kind of funny. All right. This is, let's go down to Joe Rogan here. Let's go down to Joe Rogan on Rob Reiner. This is Rob Reiner. Just upset about Biden. Watch this.
Apparently, Rob Reiner, they were all live streaming the debate and freaking out.
You have one candidate, Trump, who actually tells you he's going to govern like an authoritarian. He says it. And you have another guy who has been there, knows how to run the government, believes in the Constitution, believes in democracy, and you've got to make a choice.
These people are deranged. These people are no different than the Manson family in that they are in a cult. They're locked into this ideology. It's not as bad as the Manson family, but it's clearly a cult. It's an ideological cult where you're not willing to go against any of the doctrines of the cult.
Do we want fascism, or do we want to continue the 248 years of self-rule?
So, I mean, you look at these things and you go, I like how Rogan put that these people are in a cult. They don't see themselves as being in a cult, but that's what they are. This stuff is just absolutely nuts. Well, Chattel, what was her name? I can't remember her first name. Or Cheadle, that was her name, Cheadle. She resigned this week from Director of Secret Service, and she was called out in this before Congress. Watch this. And she's told at the end, go back to guarding Doritos. You gotta watch this.
So here's this thing with the slopes. You go all up to like 1812, you can go to a 112, which is about
as flat as you can get without it being completely flat. And you're saying that there was a danger, safety concern there. But the problem is, Director, you put your counter snipers on a 312 roof, which is steeper than the 112. And by the way, the 112 is ADA compliant. You can build a ramp for a wheelchair on a 112 roof. So these are nothing but pathetic excuses, and they make no sense, and they're a bunch of cow dung. All the law enforcement I've spoken with over the last 9 days are amazed that the AGR rooftop was not secure. And you want to know why? Because it's dangerous. I have never had any long gun training in my life. I own an AR-15, and last time I shot it one time my whole life. It was 6 years ago. That is until Saturday, where we recreated the events in Savoy, Texas. We recreated what happened in Butler. I was lying prone on a sloped roof at 130 yards at 6:30 at night. And I knew that he had a scope, I didn't know what kind, red dot or magnified. So I shot 8 rounds from both. You know what the result was? 15 out of 16 kill shots. And the one I missed would have hit the president's ear. That's a 94% success rate. And that shooter was a better shot than me. It is a miracle President Trump wasn't killed. Corey Comparatori's life is over because that damn shooter made it on the roof. And it wasn't the roof that was dangerous, it was a nut job on top of the roof. You know what else is dangerous? I believe your horrifying ineptitude and your lack of skilled leadership is a disgrace. Your obfuscating today is shameful. And you should be fired immediately and go back to guarding Doritos. Mr. Chairman, I yield back.
Go back to guarding Doritos. You gotta love that. I mean, the sloped roof, ADA compliant, but you can't put an officer up there, but just insanity. But go back to guarding Doritos. I think that's that's a phrase that should be kept, like, that's one of those phrases that should be around for a long time. I think we're gonna have to use that one again. All right, listen, these people are nuts. This stuff is just nutty, what's going on. Let's watch some more of this. There's a video of this gal being interviewed saying political violence is awful, yet she's supporting violence against Trump. So watch this.
You guys are out here on the heels of the attempted Trump assassination. Can I get your reaction to what happened the other day?
Well, it's a shame the person missed, but it's ironic that the shooter was also a Republican, and I am scared about political violence.
You're scared of political violence, but you were hoping that he wouldn't have missed.
Yes.
Wow. Could you elaborate on that? I mean, many people are thankful that the shooter missed and could have led to a lot of conflict in the country.
Regardless if Trump is in power or not, he has a lot of influence, and that makes him a very dangerous person, and nothing will stop.
Wow. Man. Have you seen what's been happening to Jews and it's okay? By the same groups of people? That's okay? Be violent against them? Interesting world we live in. People are nuts. They're nuts. They need Jesus. Next video. Watch this one. Trump's ear bandage was so unnecessary. Look at, now remember all of these things that people were doing? Let's just go back a little bit of time. Doesn't take very long. Whoop, got the zipper on the mask. How about that? That is just awesome, isn't it? I mean, you look at these things. The ear bandage was so unnecessary. Let's see, you get shot in your ear. How many people have said the ear bandage was so unnecessary? Do you think one of them, if they got their ear shot like that, wouldn't have a bandage on it? What a bunch of morons. Most of those people would probably be in the hospital crying like babies for weeks. It's amazing. Just amazing to see this. Hey, speaking of being so unnecessary, look at this picture. This guy, was it Lloyd Aston from military? Trump's ear bandage was so unnecessary. It's Terrence K. Williams put that. But remember that when he was dressing like that? This is the guy leading the U.S. military? And there he was. Remember that? Trump's ear bandage was so unnecessary. Hey, this is what I want to do. I want to conclude our time with something funny. So as we have our last little drink of You Can't Make This Up coffee, which is, well, it's empty. You're going to have to fill that up. Hey, check this out. I just want to leave you something humorous, all right? Watch a short video. I think you're going to like it. It's not a You Can't Make This Up funny. It's just funny. It's cute.
Let me go. Again.
Hey, want to leave you all on a delightful note. Hey, listen, we have our news program coming every day, Monday through Thursday. Right now, we might add a Friday in, but I'm getting a little bit tired. Join me Sunday morning. Join me Sunday night. Can't wait to join you guys. God bless you. And again, if you partner with us, as I mentioned back in June, that gift's coming. If you haven't received it yet, not everyone has. We have a little bit of glitch. It's coming. So expect it by the end, by a week from Friday. By next Friday, y'all should have it. God bless you guys, and thank you. And stay safe, because it's a mess out there.